Long ago, in the dry desert kingdom of Aramira, there lived a young man named Samir. Samir had a normal life. He was healthy. He had food. He had a small house. He had people who cared for him. But Samir was never satisfied. If the morning was too bright, he complained. If the sun was too hot, he complained. If the breeze felt too cold, he complained. If he had work to do, he complained. If he had nothing to do, he still complained. People in the kingdom said that Samir could find something wrong with even the most beautiful day. Villagers began avoiding him because his words felt heavy and tiring. One morning, the king heard about Samir. The king was wise, and he knew that people who cannot see their blessings often live in sadness. So he sent guards to bring Samir to the palace. Samir stood before the king, nervous and unsure. But the king simply smiled and handed him a small clay bowl. It was plain, not shiny, not decorated, not valuable. It looked like something anyone could make in a day. The king said, "Samir, I want you to travel across the kingdom. Visit every village, speak to elders, meet travelers, watch the people, and each time someone gives you something, place it inside this bowl. When the bowl becomes full, return to me. Then I will tell you something important." Samir did not understand, but he obeyed. He began walking through the hot desert with the bowl in his hands. It felt light and empty. In the first village, an old woman met him. She looked tired from the heat, but she smiled warmly and placed a single date fruit into the bowl. It made a tiny sound as it touched the bottom. Samir frowned and thought, only one ate. Is that all she has? In the next village, a little boy ran up to him with a yellow flower. He dropped it into the bowl and laughed before running away. Samir sighed. What will I do with a flower? In another village, a shepherd shared a small piece of cheese. A traveler gave him a story about mountains. A farmer who had very little offered him a warm smile. A stranger gave him shelter during a sudden sandstorm. Day after day, Samir continued his journey. He walked under the burning sun. He slept in small huts. He ate whatever people offered. He listened to stories from many people. But something strange kept happening. No matter how much people gave him, the bowl still looked empty. The date dried up. The flour wilted. The cheese melted. Smiles could not stay in the bowl. Stories had no weight. Samir grew frustrated. He had followed the king's orders, yet the bowl never filled. It remained as empty as the day he left. After many weeks, Samir returned to the palace. He was tired, dusty, and confused. Standing before the king, he said, "Your Majesty, I did everything you asked. People gave me kindness, food, shelter, stories, and smiles. But the bowl never became full. I do not understand." The king looked at him kindly. "Samir," he said, "this bowl was never meant to hold objects. It is a mirror, a reflection of your heart. And a heart without gratitude will always feel empty, no matter how much it receives." Samir froze. He had never thought of it that way. The king continued, "You met many people. Some gave you their only food. Some gave you their time. Some gave you protection. Some gave you comfort. But you saw every gift as small because you have not learned gratitude." Samir looked down at the empty bowl. Slowly, memories returned to him. The old woman who gave him her only date. The boy with the bright yellow flower. The shepherd sharing his little food. The traveler offering wisdom. The farmer who smiled through his struggles. The stranger who protected him during the storm. Warmth spread through Samir's chest. For the first time, he understood. The king said, "Samir, when you begin to notice the small gifts in life, you become rich inside. Your bowl becomes full, not with things, but with peace and happiness." From that day, Samir changed. He stopped waking up asking what was wrong with the day. Instead, he asked what was right. He began noticing simple things he had ignored all his life. The cool morning air, the sound of water being poured, the kindness of neighbors, the comfort of simple food, the safety of having a place to sleep, the peace in a quiet moment. As the days passed, his heart grew lighter. He complained less and smiled more. People began to enjoy being around him again. Even though the clay bowl stayed empty, Samir felt full inside. He felt richer than he had ever felt. People in Aramira began saying, "Samir is the richest man in the kingdom, not because he owns many things, but because he finally sees the value of what he already has." Samir became a teacher of gratitude. He traveled through villages. He taught children and encouraged adults. And he carried the empty clay bowl everywhere. Whenever someone asked why he carried an empty bowl, he smiled and said, "This bowl reminds me that my life is full, even when it looks empty." I want to gently remind you just how powerful gratitude can be in your life. When you pause even for a minute to notice what you're thankful for, your whole perspective shifts. Research shows that gratitude can lower stress, calm anxiety, and bring a deeper sense of peace. By naming what you appreciate, people, small moments, even challenges, you retrain your brain to focus on the positive. That shift doesn't ignore hard things. Instead, it anchors you in what's good, creating emotional resilience. Gratitude also strengthens your connections. When you express thanks, even in small ways, you invite more kindness into your relationships, and your body feels it to lower blood pressure. Better sleep and a calmer heart all come with practicing gratitude. So I encourage you to try writing down 3 things you're grateful for each night, or simply say thank you more often. Over time, you may be surprised how much richer and softer your world becomes. You don't need grand miracles, just a practice of noticing what you already have.